Hello everyone, my name is Ned Finn. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the stream, and welcome back to Factorio. Always very exciting when we get to play more Factorio. Been hitting this game real hard lately, and will continue to do so. Speaking of which, did a very teensy amount since the previous stream. I really think I just adjusted the conditions around this train, allowing it to just leave the station every, kind of go back and forth every 2 minutes, whereas this one is still bound to its cargo drop-offs and such. But anyway, we've got energy to get figured out here, and we're going to be doing so in this area here, which we will clear with our favorite tree clearing tools, the grenade, the majestic Granada. Well, that's unfortunate. Sacrifices have to be made. Let's see here. You're fine, you're fine. And break eggs, make omelets, that sort of thing. There you go. Ooh, goodness. Just got all these friggin' barrels just kind of on my person that I do not need. And so, in the kind of habit that will definitely not be a problem for me in the future, I'm just going to dump these things in a random chest and kind of move on. Let's see here. Now, I actually need to figure out how the whole nuclear thing works. We've got a centrifuge. Processes various uranium-related recipes. Requires 100 advanced circuits. Seems kind of steep there, fellas. That'll be fine. That'll put us some of the way to where we need to be, at least. There we go. And now we just need a lot more steel. More steel plates. Which still seems to be something we are severely struggling with. Hey. Very unfortunate. There we go. Single centrifuge to get us started. At the very least, gosh, that's an awful lot of material to make one of these things. But in theory, nuclear power, which is going to be its own separate thing. But the nuclear power isn't going to be much use to us until we get this Kovarex enrichment process figured out. So, you know, might as well do the thing with the stuff. Alrighty then. Very nearly done with the centrifuge. Just got some more gears to do. Goodness. And all of these things, well, nearly all of these things have frickin' speed modules in them as well. Just need to scale up production, apparently. Although, in theory, we're supplementing this. Is 100% not part of the actual problem. However, at the same time, for sure, we don't want to leave this without. And you know what, honestly, what's up, Michael? How's it going, my guy? How goes it, my bud? What's the temperature in Texas? We're all very eager to know, as you know. .101 today. Good lord, good lord. Well, that'll help a little bit in some kind of meaningful way, one hopes. Now, here's the other thing, is that we are regularly losing, like, full power satisfaction. 64 this morning. Good lord, Michael, good lord. Okay, now this kind of implies that we're just about, like, making use of the materials that we need to be making use of. We're actually going to go ahead and throw some speed packs into these bad boys. Because productivity isn't the problem. It's just a matter of how quickly we're actually producing resources. Alright. And we've got our centrifuge now, which is good. We could use more plastic and more steel, honestly. Speaking of which, not making terribly much steel, are we? 64 is good. 64 is very good. I like a nice, cool 64-degree day. That's awesome. Go ahead and just make a couple more of these bad boys. Another centrifuge, which is going to require more plastics and more copper. Copper we can do. Copper I would like to do faster. And so we will. That is also more frickin'... It's more frickin'. Can you believe that? There's even more frickin'. Good lord. Good lord. Alright, let's see here. We've got that. We need plastics, which we get from over here. And of course, our plastics manufacturer is... Well, it's rather dingy, I think would be the word for it. Good lord, we're going to need to start doing slightly more exotic approaches to things. Oh, goodness. Now, that's an awful lot of oil. Right there. That is an awful lot of oil. That might be a thing. That might be a thing we end up having to do, fellers. Some more liquid wagons, methinks, might be in our future. Anyway, a centrifuge is called for. Let's go ahead and throw this bad boy down and see what we can see. All right, how do you work? Uranium processing. Products. Uranium 238 and uranium 235. Alrighty then. So, I think for now, we're going to grab our two centrifuges. I don't think these require water of any kind. They just require electricity, ironically, for something that's going to help us generate more electricity. So like that. Throw that in there. And then we start producing. What's up, tetrahedron? Guess who's got nuclear power, baby? It's me. I have nuclear power, baby. I'm not borrowing. Probably not, to be honest with you. I remember seeing that you got nuclear power. I was very impressed, especially given how gosh darn long it's taken me to get up to this point. But, no, I probably won't be copying your nuclear power design. Almost certainly, mine will be worse. Well, actually, no, hold on. Hold the friggin' phone. Let's go ahead and, well, we're making another thingy thing. Need a lot of those? Well, yes. Unfortunately, they require a lot of material. Concrete, iron. My frickin' iron is still proving to be, like, it's a little bit better. I threw more friggin', speed modules into these bad boys, so we're kind of making a decent number now. I almost wonder... Well, in theory... Space age, it's way harder to get Covarex enrichment process. Why is that? What makes it so much harder to get? Out of curiosity, look at these. These are dry drills. The drills are dry. Ridiculous. Now, of course, there's 8 million units of iron up here, which would be great. Eight refining the ore and 8 running Covarex enrichment. Covarex enrichment. Point of clarification. But yeah, conceivably... we can throw down more of these baddest of boys. Gonna get ourselves a little bit more space. A little bit more space, eh? Yeah. Yeah, this ain't bad. Let's see here. Might as well. Okay. Boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. And then we're out of inserters. Unfortunate. We'll fix that. Oh, and of course, we're still making the freaking thing. It's fine. We'll set that off to the side for the moment. You need a lot of uranium, 235. Enrichment. Going. Yes, yes, I am aware of this. I have done the nuclear thing in the past. So I do remember vaguely how that works. I know that you end up doing like a lot of like basic refinement, and then that does a thing. So here's the other problem. Here's the other problem, and this is why we're doing nuclear. Because our accumulators run completely out over the course of the night. Okay, but this is why we're doing the thing. This is why we're doing the thing. Look at how sluggish those are. Oh, no. Are you effing kidding me? Okay. Hold on. Did I just delete something? I leaned on something. Good lord. Okay, whatever. I'm not sure what happened there, to be, like, totally honest with you. What the heck happened? Barely matters. Almost no consequence. But what is going to have consequences if I don't shut this wall up? Well, screw it. Yep. Well, that's certainly not going to do it for me. There we go. Those are all done. Good. And then we go ahead and throw these bad boys here. That, and that. Boop, 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 boop. And boop, there we go. Okay. Look at that. Oh, it's the dream. Accumulation. Now, here's the other thing. Okay. Core thing is still dipping back and forth. So that was something on the grid up there, which temporarily became separated. So we need to... Excuse me. I definitely saw the little... There we go. Okay. You only grab uranium-235. The rest of you will also use filters, but you will blacklist uranium-235. Well, no. We can just whitelist 238. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Done. Done and done. And now, I didn't finish the thing. Okie dokie. There's still... Okay, and of course, advanced circuit production has completely stalled because of the lack of plastics, which is going to be its own kettle of fish. But, in any event. Yeah, that's going to be a friggin' problem. Centrifuge. Single beautiful glowing chunk of uranium-235 compared to a tremendous deal of 238, which is fine. I've also realized that I actually don't care about filtering as much as I thought I did, now that I realize I'm going to have to do it for a bunch of these things. There's a slightly more efficient way that I could do that filtering, absolutely. I'm not going to worry about it right now because I have bigger fish to fry. Specifically, how's my power armor looking? We've got just enough room for another laser? A laser beam? We need more batteries? How do we need more friggin' batteries? We also need more sulfur. Well, we've got a bunch of sulfur that we have on hand that we're going to put... So where does the sulfur go? The sulfur is processed by this plant, so we're going to go ahead and throw sulfur in there. And we will grab some batteries. The batteries which do, in fact, go there. And then... need more copper plates, which fortunately we actually have an abundance of. Decent abundance of iron plates as well, which, like, I can't tell you how pleased that makes me. Oh, no. Okay. Overflows from the enrichment. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's gonna. Eventually. Oop. It's actually. We need 40. Yes, and that produces. Okay. Yes, I vaguely remember how this works. We're going to need a bunch of the glowy rocks to make this work. And yes, I will do all of the things. All of the things I will do in my own time, in my own way. But these things I shall do. But foist. Okay, I mean, we've got just some time. We've got some time on our hands to wait for the process to do its thing. The train is working, thank goodness. It is being loaded up with sulfuric acid and uranium, hopping off at each stop, doing its thing. Now, while we are just kind of awaiting this process to work itself out, we're going to need more centrifuges. No way of getting around that. Ooh, also, we've got more uranium to freaking throw in here. Okay. I have a plan. And we're going to go ahead and set this up now so that it's scalable for later. Make your own uranium train? Yeah! The uranium train is great! We love the uranium train. Well, honestly, in theory... Can we not? Yeah, we can just do it like this. Like we've done so much stuff throughout all of our time. Great. Now, we do need to make, like, probably two or more centrifuges at least. And then... this guy... Well, actually... I'll do even one better. This guy just goes down here. And he grabs the shiny rocks first. And then the non-shiny rocks can just go up here. This guy will catch them first. So we don't even have to filter. I know I need more speed. I am working on it. Part of the problem is our oil production has slowed to a godforsaken crawl, which is no bueno for the record. Yeah, look at this. It's pathetic. You're being pathetic. Well, that's taken care of itself. It's basically a self-solving problem. So, here's what I'm thinking. The forest of Fangord lies on our doorstep. No. Far from our doorstep, actually, But there is an enormous oil field up here. Combined yield 3,360%. Now, I don't know what that number means, but it's much bigger than this number here. So I'm going to assume it's good. Because if that's not the smell of progress, I don't know what is. I set this up kind of poorly, but that's okay. Excuse me? A singular bug? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, dear me. This will not do. I'm coming, Driz! Hang in there! God, they're destroying all of my crap. Spilling all of my precious sulfuric acid. Good lord. Alright, so that is these fellers down here causing all kinds of a ruckus. Causing all sorts of a ruckus. Well, we set it up like this before. We might as well, you know, continue to set it up like this. Alright, now. Oh, good lord. Okie dokie. Oh, hey, did we ever make the last thingy thing? We sure didn't, but we're about to. What's up, fellas? I brought the party to you. Eat head lasers, you bunch of fools. Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and give my energy shields a chance to recover. Alright, you know what? I got these fellas over here as well. We might as well deal with these bugaboos as well. Just kind of doing some generalized pest control. Roundabouts the area. Got that taken care of. You know what? We might as well lick this. Of course, you can't see the minimap, but we might as well lick these guys up to the north as well. Of course, the big worms are really the only thing that can, like, pose any kind of serious threat to me. The biters I don't even think can, like, catch up before they're dead. Yeah, what are those? Spitters? Big spitters, yeah. The spitters pose a little... If they're ranged, if they spit that gross goo, then they're, like, a potential problem. But not by much. I need way more speed, yes. I agree with your assessment of the situation. I do. No denying that. Might as well, might as well. All right, now. So here's what I'm thinking. This was originally supposed to be, you know, Mr. Nuclear Power Hour. How, good lord, this is going to take a long time. However, this might turn into me going for some oil fields. Actually. Now, here's the other thing. In theory... Well, no, I don't... I don't necessarily want to overcomplicate my train system with multiple stops if I can help it. We have time for both. I don't know if we do. Have you taken the amount of time it takes me to accomplish things in this game, Tetrahedron? It's not quick. All right, let's see here. Couple of gates. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead. It's going to be a fluid wagon. And it's going to be 2 fluid wagons, as a matter of fact. What do we need for that? Steel? Steel, some engine units. We've got engine units. Steel, iron, all that good stuff. All that tasty stuff. Where's my iron at, bro? And iron production is still trash, as it turns out. Question, follow-up. Why is my iron production still trash? Because you don't have speed modules, clearly. What was I referring to these things? Packed lunches previously? No, I was calling them a big bowl of Wheaties or something. Give him the energy to get up and keep on fighting. Not a lot of 235 coming out of this system, is there? Well, I'm sure we can deal with that. Let's see here. Need a lot more steel. It's less than a 1% chance. It's like a 0.7% chance or something like that. Let's see what it's listed as. Yeah, 0.7% chance of generating uranium-235. Which is why we need the refining. Covarex process, because that will take a good quantity of 235 and use it to generate additional 235. Yeah, I don't feel like figuring out the math as to exactly what the breakdown is, but yes, we will eventually need 40 pieces of uranium-235, and then using the Covarex refining technique, we will be able to generate a lot more, a lot quicker. So, however, for that, we will want for more Good lord, what do you call those things? We want for more centrifuges. I'm tired, by the way. I don't know if you can tell. We will want for more centrifuges, which will require plastics. And our plastics production is trash right now. Now, in theory, I can go ahead and absorb some plastics from this line here. And will do so. That is just enough to make one extra centrifuge, and then we need a bunch of extra iron and copper besides. But yes, with enough of these materials, we will be able to make a single additional centrifuge. Damn, that's going to require so much of these circuits. It's crazy. It's almost not worth doing by hand. It's not worth doing by hand, I would even argue. Yeah. This is trash. This is absolute trash. Okay. These are connected up to these tanks up here, which is a good thing. Because in theory, all we would need to do... if you'll excuse me for a moment... all we would need to do is another train line up to those oil fields. Speaking of which, we need more train lines. Good lord. This is like... this is the most, like, literal definition of environmental destruction. Just throwing grenades into stands of trees. Still, can't argue with results. Okay. So. You're gonna go ahead. Do it like this. Ugh. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay. So we've got that. Okay. Okay. Good lord, these things are nearby. Hey, fellas. Ooh. We've got space for the personal laser. Yes. Speaking of which, oop. We've got more... yeah, we'll include the laser shooting speed technology. Why not? No rush, no rush. Tetrahedron, how are you doing, by the way? What are you up to? Where are you from, by the way, Tetrahedron? Where are you at in this big, wide, beautiful world of ours? I feel like I almost certainly knew this at one point. I do like to ask folks where they're from, see where they're tuning in from, but I do not remember for yourself. I'm sure I knew it once upon a time. But that is not information that I've retained, clearly. Texas, another Texas boy! Love my Texas boys. Alright, and just like that, we need a bunch more train track. We're just going to make all the train track, actually. Honestly, I think that my lasers are more effective against the worms than my grenades are. Crazy. Still. Can't argue with space-age technology, I guess. Not that this is actually technology from the space-age expansion, I'm just saying lasers. It's very, very Flash Gordon. You know. There we go. Get out of here, trees. Make room for progress. I've seen people do these absolutely gorgeous multi-train rail systems, and I'm over here just like a child, like tracing a single line, sometimes in parallel with other train tracks, across this heaven-forsaken wasteland, just to get done what I need to get done. But hey, it is working. Speaking of things that are working, I need to check. See, also, I need to. Locomotive. A single locomotive, actually. Good lord, good lord. Where's this thing at? What's your fuel situation at? Oh, you're fine. You've got fuel for days. What about my other boy? What about my other boy? One who's actually, like, going back and forth a lot more. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Oh, good, good, good. Could not be more pleased. Pleased as punch, I am. Speaking of punch, it's not punch related. 3. We have 3. I'm tired. This episode of Sesame Street was brought to you by the number 3. And the letter N for nuclear. Get rid of that there tree. Get out of here, tree. I ain't got no need for you, Mr. Tree. The degree to which we are just, like, retracing is absurd. Now, in theory, I should have definitely just, like, figured a way out to run the trains off of the same chunk of track and do that whole thing. However, I don't care to figure it out, so I'm not going to. Story of my life, at least with this game. Ah! Can we make more? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We're going to need more steel. We're going to need more steel. Do we have solid fuel? We have some, but not much. Concerning. Okay, so from here, here's what we're going to do. Gonna put this on here. Fuel. Boom. We drive this back on home, baby. Fastest way to get back. Now, here's the good news. We can, at the very least, take advantage of the existing power infrastructure, if not the existing rail infrastructure. Okay, so we need more steel. For a couple of things, actually. Ooh, we also need... We don't have enough steel to make the... what do you call this? A refinery, the centrifuge. But that's literally all we need, which is fine, We're going to go ahead and eat up some of these tasty gears. We actually have enough material to make 2 centrifuges. Which is kind of crazy, if you ask me. Hey, man. It's kind of crazy. What is this? Nuclear fuel. Rocket fuel. Oh, we're not screwing around with that. No, sirree. No. That's not what we're going to be doing here, folks. No. We're also just going to go ahead and grab some of this, some of these advanced circuits instead. Because that's a little bit more straightforward. If we can get them, it's our lack of plastic. It's becoming a problem. Just going to go ahead and just absorb some of these rail lines. Oh, good. You guys are great. We love you guys. These guys, they're the best guys. Oh, there's the other centrifuge. Completed relatively quickly. Now, once we have 40 of this, of which we have, again, episode brought to you by the number 3. But once we have 40 of this, we will really be refining in this traditional way for just the uranium-238, which is good. Now, the nuclear power that we just researched, which is around here somewhere, that unlocks the nuclear reactor, the heat exchange, the heat against your skin, and the uranium fuel cell, which uses uranium-235 and uranium-238. Now, in theory, we could just make some of those fuel rods with the 238 or with the 235 and call it a day, but that would be a bad investment of time. But we got the heat exchange heat pipes, all that tasty nonsense. We're even close enough to the lake, pond really, that we'll be able to pump some fresh water up here for all that nonsense. But yeah, we'll be able to siphon power off of here using some of our big boys. Some of our electrical poles, the big pylons. Now, where are we with... Okay, we've got like a bunch of... Yeah, we've got like a bunch of these guys. Speaking of which... Hey, just get them to folks quicker. Good lord. Good heavens. That's part of the frickin' problem, is that this stuff isn't getting to folks fast enough. Really cannot emphasize the importance for the general efficiency of this factory that these belt lines get modernized sooner rather than later. This is not necessary anymore. Storage is necessary, apparently. But this little chunk of bespoke factoring is not. Factorying. Okay. And that whole line is now modernized. Good. Good. Fantastic. Except for this, which is not. Which is, and this is true, a pretty serious problem for me. Oop. Well. How's Power Grid going? It's okay. But we're also, well, we're researching something. Not anything particularly sophisticated, but we are researching something, which is good. It is good to research, as a general rule. Alright, so, we've got our great oodles. 400 exactly, actually. Good gracious. That was precise very much by accident. But we have all of our... Oh, look at that. Is enough steel to be keeping up with demand. Well, for a chunk. But hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. Good lord. I need to blow my nose, folks. Give me a second. Got lots and lots of rail line, which is good. Well, we've got some non-zero amount of steel, but we need more. I hunger for steel. Yeah, we'll just kind of nom that right up. That right on up. Alright, how are we doing on the refining? Oh, we got 6! Hell yeah! Making the difference. This is doing its thing. Cool beans. Hell yes. Look at that. Ugh. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. This is moving just as fast as we wanted to. Fantastic, fantastic. Alright, let's go ahead and get in this bad boy. Back our way up. I think it would be faster if we were pointing this in the right direction. I really do. It's going to be...
So what do you take classes for?
Huh? Gonna throw some coal in there for the time being. Did we use up all of the solid fuel? Oh, no. Okay, yeah, that's much faster facing the right direction. Perhaps surprising nobody. But still... Alrighty then. Now, We need to do some more bug control. We need to do a fair bit in general here. But having this rail line will at least make my life a little bit less annoying. Which, hey, reduction of annoyance to me, personally, perfect. Absolute goals, my guys. Go ahead and straighten this out a bit. You know. Well, that's unfortunate. Go ahead and do this thing. Yep. Not quite. There we go. Thank goodness. Alrighty then. That was probably more work than was ever possibly necessary. But that's okay. Gonna throw that down there. Because we will need it eventually. Oop, whole game froze up. I think it was auto-saving. Let's see. Actually, I'm curious. Okay. Autosave. 2 minutes ago. Nope. Game just decided to have a little snooze. A little snoozeroo. Perfectly fine. Totally understandable. Not a problem. Do I look bothered by this? Because I'm not. If someone tells you that I am, they're friggin' lying. Now here's the other thing. This is far out enough in the frickin' hinterlands that we're going to need to invest in laser defense. The time has come, my friends, to speak of sealing wax and shoes. And by that, I do mean electricity-based defenses rather than the gun turrets we've been using through most of the... through all of the facility up to this point. And, you know, me personally getting stuck in and just kind of dealing with stuff as need be. Alright. Now we're going to go up north. Deal with the bugaboos up here. Michael's back. Welcome back, Michael. Whew. Goodness gracious, I am tired. Been a long day. It's been a long week. Honestly. But it's okay. It is in fact okay. I shall endure. Now, we do need the ever suggestively named pump jacks. How are we doing down here, fellas? We're doing okay. Those will need a quick bit of shoring up, let's say, but they'll be okay. Now, the other thing that we need is power. Now, the good news is, again, Unlike my train system, which I am very uncertain about combining, my electrical system I have no such concerns about. So, we will continue to use the large pylons. As a source of electrical power. And what city would that be, Michael? 24 million people is so many people. Goodness gracious. That's a lot of freaking people, Michael. All right, so we're also going to need tanks, for which we do need iron plates. Okay, these guys are holding out. Need a little top off. Not in terms of ammo, though. Good lord. Quick little mechanical tune-up, methinks. Let's go ahead and head on back home. Gather up some more iron. Iron plates, specifically. Let's see here. Boop. Boop. Throw fuel in. Throw fuel in. Excuse me? God, that is... I think it moves faster when it's not burdened, which makes a certain amount of sense. Just give me just a moment here. Okay, I'm back. Now, Michael, let's get into this mystery here a little bit. This cannot possibly be a single city. This could be like maybe like a greater metropolitan area, although at 24 million people, that would seem to be pushing it. Hold on. Michael, if a single city in Texas had 24 million people in it, that would be most of the population of Texas. Also, ain't Connecticut like a decently sized state? A decently sized state? I'm very confused. I mean, I know that all those New Englandy states are kind of small. Okay, yeah, no, Connecticut is actually quite small. But Michael, this cannot possibly be a single city. I believe you are fibbing. I do not believe that this could be a single city. This would not make sense. Let's go to our kind of secure... Let's call them security stations. Out here. We'll top them off for ammo and quick mechanical tune-up. Yeah, like, look at that. $24,000. That seems more reasonable. I was very confused for a moment. There's some buggies over here. I'd love to kind of deal with. I see. Well, Michael, if I'm not mistaken, Dallas and Fort Worth are indeed considered to be two separate areas, correct? Like, already you've got there, like, probably kind of juicing the numbers in your favor. It's like how people talk about, like, the Raleigh-Durham metropolitan area. You know, fair enough, but Raleigh and Durham are, in fact, two different cities. Alright, let's see here. Well, this is all very promising. This pains me to do. But the time has come to replace that with the laser turrets. Now, we need more iron, for sure. And let's actually be smart about this for a rather remarkable change of pace. Let's go ahead and let this back. Not copper. Not copper. And we also need more solid fuel. What do we not need? What can we definitively do without? Nothing. I want all this. Except for the raw copper, or we can rid ourselves of. And same thing with the iron ore. We'll throw that into one of my concrete machines. Alright, let's see here. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. 1, 2, 3. Bit more splitters as we replace the old ones. Out with the old, in with the new. That's what I say. Now, we're going to need more fluid wagons, which we've already built, so never mind. Now. Yes, we need some tanks. Tanks will be a good thing. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We need 18 pump jacks, which we have 2. This episode brought to you by the number 2. Which we will also need more flippin'... more of these things. What do we say? 18 pump jacks? It's a lot of material, but we got to build them somehow. Let's see here. Now, how are we doing here? Ooh! 7. We have 7. which is, for the record, more than 6. At the same time, it's not much more than 6. So, like, you know, eh. Let's see here. Okay. Well, that's enough to be starting on at the very least. Let's see here. We're going to need pumps as well, which is going to be not offshore pumps. Just regular pumps, which is going to be more steel. Fine. I can live with that. Sure as a shooting can. Oh, some steel. Some real steel. Starring your boy Hugh Jackman. The huge jacked man. Oh no. Oh no. Go ahead. No, 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 not the bulk inserters. Although we'll need more of those as well. But let's get the pump jacks to start with. I saw green and I was like, yes, that's what I need. I saw sand green and I went for it. It's like, yes, this is definitely a pump jack. Well, it's on a similar part of the grid as well. They're both green. Probably nothing. You know what else we don't need? Steel furnaces. Steel furnaces? No longer necessary. We'll get some of those bad boys thrown out. Yes, I do believe so. Alright, how are we going, fellas? Got any more? 8, yeah! 8 is great! Now we're talking. Also need solid fuel. There we go. Some of that tasty, tasty solid fuel. Which it occurs to me, production of that will probably actually, like, meaningfully slow down. Or at least it would, but for the fact that we do actually have a bit of a buildup of plutonium. So, like, you know, that's something. All right, let's see here. All right, well, we got plastic there. Got a decent little buildup of plastic. But not nearly enough to meet the demands for... Yep. Not nearly enough to meet the demands for the advanced circuits. So, you know, it is what it is. And more crude oil will help. Now, the other thing that would help is what would you call it? Proper advanced fuel processing, breaking that down into light oil, heavy oil, all that good stuff, but you know, it kind of is what it is. Actually get out of the thing using the correct enter key, not the wrong enter key. So interesting that the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and then there's like one more. One, two, three. Okay. Literally covered up by plant life. Still covered up by plant life. That's fine. We can live with that. All right. Now, the other thing that we're going to need lots of is pipes. Good heavens, we're going to need more pipes. Okay, but we're also just going to, like, link up everything here. Can I make it a fun and fancy free-for-all? A big ring of pipes. Big ring of pipes, just kind of exploiting the natural resources of this beautiful world of ours. Look at this, Michael. I'm turning this place into Texas. There's one enormous oil field full of hostile wildlife. Let's see here. Well, that would actually be a very stupid use of piping, so we won't do it that way. This is a slightly less stupid use of piping, because that does keep that nice gap. It keeps that gap. There we go. There we go. Pump it, Chewie. Yeah, well, that just didn't sound right at all. Just punch it, Chewie, but never mind. Ignore me. Please. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Go down here and more or less to here. Now, yeah, we're gonna make that work. And then gonna be freaking Tank City over here. Speaking of which, oh, look at that. Oh, it's already filling up with oil. Oh, it's flipping beautiful. Oh, hello. You have a couple that aren't even connected. Well, hey there, little fellas. No need to feel left out. There's plenty of oil for all of y'all to munch up. Mmm. Tasty, tasty oil. Nom. Nice succulent oil. Then put that back there. Grab our train stop. Put like right. Yeah, right there. Yep. Right there. User. At a station. I promise you can get to this station, bud. At a station. Smooviest laxness. And stop. Cool beans. Now, we grab a couple of them der pumps. Power connector there. Grab some pipes. And here's the other thing that we'll do. Just to be on the safe side. Gonna grab another pump. Make sure that we're not allowing for any kind of backflow. I suppose that's not really necessary, but it certainly doesn't hurt. Keeps everything nice and together. That's already half full. That's very... Ooh, no. Well, as it turns out, that was in fact a bad idea. Because that completely keeps the thing from flowing into the tanks. So that's in fact not what we want. Look at that. Ah. And we haven't even been working at this for very long. Oh, and of course these things actually show us where the oil fields are, because this game is amazing. Damn near perfect UI design. Yeah, I said it. I'm not ashamed to admit it. This game's great. It's flipping genius, mate. Really, really genius. Top line stuff, bruv. Top brains went into this one, mate. Abso-bloody-lutely. So we are actually already like a good chunk of the way into this, what we're going to call the Grand Infrastructure Project here. We have run afoul of the odds and evens at some point. Very unfortunate. Oh, that's okay. Generating 26 crude oil a second. That is so much better than ding-dang near anything else that we've seen. These things are full. The tanks are being refilled now because we are carrying 50,000 units. We're carrying 100,000 units of fuel right now. That's so good. That is such a good thing that we have. Good lord. Alrighty then. Now we're going to go ahead and switch this to manual. And we're going to leave this particular station. Now, in theory, maybe, because, like, we've got this frickin' enormous, beautiful thing of iron. Maybe we figure out how to, like, kind of siphon these two things together. Maybe we figure out how to do that at some point. Seems kind of risky, though. Not even gonna lie. I don't want to use the term impossible, but it does kind of feel like it would be borderline impossible. Tons of bugaboos, tetrahedron. So many bugaboos. We've literally already got this set up. How's the complexity of this? Oh, not even too bad. So many bugaboos, tetrahedron. Bugaboos like you wouldn't friggin' believe. Now, we got to build another train stop. Yeah. Gosh, this is confusing with the actual train being in the way. That feels about right. Now, we know what happens when there's two stops done automatically. Rico John. Time passed. We're going to call that 60 seconds. And we can adjust that as necessary. Same thing on this one. Time passed. 60 seconds. 62 seconds is fine. And then we're going to set this for automatic. We're going to set it to head to Rico John Station. And we do have to move rather... Well, we're actually going to go ahead and swap that back to manual for now. Set this here. Grab these couple of pumps. Pumps which are going to be going this way. They're going to be going this-awanian. Well, that's... No, that's a substation. We don't need more substations. We're barely making good use of the ones that we have. Get out of here, Mr. Tree. Look at that. Ugh. Brings a ding-dang tear to my eye, so it does. Good Lord. Now, let's see how the old oil refinery is doing. That good, huh? 10. 10, and I say again, 10. Okay, now, the big question is... This connects back to all this, yes? Yes. Which in turn connects to this, which in turn connects to our plastics manufacturing. So, you know, good. This is an objectively good thing. Turning gasoline. Well, now that's interesting. That's very interesting. What the hell is causing that? Okay, we're getting loaded up. Fine, fine, fine. Hey. What is this new problem that I have to frickin' troubleshoot here? That's very peculiar. That's so peculiar. Ooh, you know what? It's because... Why is this? Not enough uranium mining? Well, no. The uranium mining is fine. There's no reason why a lack of good uranium mining would cause this buildup of material on one side versus the other. That's very strange. Presumably. No, presumably it's because the, these things have been favoring the nearer line first. I believe that that's what's causing this. Hey, another piece. Insert grabbers. Yeah. What's up? Ring Gingy. It's not even. Yeah. Yeah, no, I realized that was, because they're choosing the nearer ones. But what's up? You appear to be a new bean in chat. What's up, my guy? Ring Gingy? Hringingy? I'm not sure. I'm not sure the best way to pronounce your name. But welcome. If you are new, welcome to the chat. Glad to see you here. Been playing a lot of Factorio recently. Badly. Okay. Kind of self-solving problem here. Now, new friend. D on the end. Hringingy. If you're good at this game, I have terrible news for you about my skills. We're going to go ahead and throw that on automatic. As well. Going to go ahead and... No, I'll tell you why we're going to jump back into this bad boy. The correct pronunciation is whichever one you can't do. Very helpful. But yeah, feel free to subscribe. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Most Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Usually from like 7 to 9-ish Eastern time. In the PM, obviously. So, you know, feel free to join up. It's pretty chill hang, I guess you'd say, overall. A lot of general incompetence while playing, you know, stuff on the more esoteric side, which is not to say that something like something as popular as Factorio even necessarily counts as esoteric necessarily, but you know, it's you know, not Battlefield 6. But yes, Hringingy, if you are familiar with Factorio, I'm sorry. You're gonna see just base game for right now. I've never actually gotten around to beating base game Factorio, so I am trying to complete base game and then probably gonna move on over to Space Age. Next up should be a good time. We're also going to build up a stock of stuff. Now, what we should do, pain me though it does, what we should do is actually set up my pipes correctly, and then put a pump here, so that we're not having backflow from the tanks into the... Yeah, there you go. There's my good boys. Hell yes. Look at that. I've finally... Hey, for context as to how poorly I do at this game, I've just now figured out how pumps work, so... To playing on the same world? Cool. Well, I figured as much. It was just more like I've had Factorio. I've owned this game since before it released on Steam. Like, I've believed in this project for a while. I've just never actually gotten around to completing the base game. So I'm looking to do that and then try out the DLC after that. Should be a good time. My train left me. Oh, no. Okay, let's see here. Well, we do have a couple of radar dishes here, which we're going to set up here. Make sure that we keep an eye on things. And at some point, we really do need to tackle our... well, the iron problem is actually kind of tackled here. I suppose it really was an oil problem more than anything else. Although, our iron facility has seen what we're going to call better days. I really need to start bringing my car with me places. So just running like a maniac. But, you know, it's basically fine. And could I summon one of my other trains? Sure. Am I going to? No. I'll be sensible. And for the record, and you'll learn this soon, sensibility ain't what we do here. Sensible action? Sane behavior? No, I don't think so. Terminal crazy, me. No helping, I'm afraid. Beyond cure, really. Very unfortunate. I was going to set up my laser turrets. Very unfortunate. Instead, no. I'm going down here to needlessly gather up some dry drills for no good reason. Pumps and pipe mechanics went through complete overhaul with 2.0. There you go. Overhauls scare me. That's why I haven't played Stellaris since the bio something or other expansion came out. Because it confuses and frightens me. Let's go ahead and I was hoping to. Okay, here's what we're gonna do, and this is silly, and I admit that it's silly, but this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna zip this guy back over to there, and then we're gonna send him back up there, and we're going to very carefully hitch a ride by hammering the enter key as it passes us by. Now, could we do it here? Sure. Gosh, that's going so fast. Gosh, this feels like a very bad idea, actually. Probably fine, though. And yes, my way of doing trains is for the rock stupid. I recognize that. It cannot be helped. There we go! But yeah, the last time I tried to get trains up and running in this game, I could only get like a single train running on a single loop. So instead, I've happened upon the we'll call it brilliant solution of just running individual trains and along individual lines. And hoping that that works for, you know, the continued success of me in this game. But yes, what I need to do is set up a defensive perimeter. And this, for how much this is out in the hinterlands, and as how much I don't want to have to worry about this, this is what has finally forced my hand into admitting that I just need to set up laser turrets and call it a day. Because I've been setting up traditional gun turrets, which has been just no bueno. I've only recently gotten them to be like self-reloading, which is wild. But, you know, turns out in this game all about automation, keeping things relatively light touch as far as human intervention is kind of the ideal. Alright, I think we've got enough wall to make this work. The windows to the walls, all these bugaboos crawls. Crawls? Sure, why not? My solution to the train issue was not to use them at all. Yeah, I aggressively avoided the trains for the longest time. See, I've got a fellow traveler here, someone who is also not a happy train user. I told I told my wife this as I was getting nearer and nearer to the point where I would have to use the trains. Like, I don't want to use the trains, not because I don't like them, but because I don't understand how they work. But we finally figured it out. Well, I won't say that we figured it out. We finally got a solution that works for my let's call them limited technical abilities when it comes to setting up a halfway functional train line. The exact same problem bedeviled me in Cities Skyline, incidentally. Never could get the trains working in that one either. But, you know. But hey, this is working. It's not ideal. It's not perfect, but it is working. Trains in your entire save. I have 3 out of a sense of general necessity, I suppose. Yeah, come on, buds. Come on, let's see how good these laser turrets are. Oh, they're great. Oh, well, those are my frickin' backpack lasers. Never mind. Backpack. They're getting rather lost. They're quite missing the forest for the trees, I fear. That's okay. We'll go to the old traditionalist one, too. God, that's a lot of bugs. It's a lot of bugaboos. Because one planet forces trains to be used? Is it because, like, the resources are, like, really, really far spread out? Or else I just use long belts and pipelines to the outposts? Brother, same. For as long as I can use them. Although now that I've kind of, like, gotten this, my system worked out, I think I'll be a lot more confident about using trains in future saves. Which, you know, will be nice. What about this particular planet forces the use of trains? There's a tiny bug in here. The bugs afflict me. In real life as well, apparently. Go ahead and... Ooh, there's a little lost... Is he attacking a rock? Broseph, what did the rock do to you? Well, besides unsuccessfully trying to take over the DC cinematic universe, which, fair. I'd understand your antipathy towards the rock for doing that. Not that it had too much in the way of negative consequences, except for the Rock himself. And you know, I suppose it conceivably probably ended up with Henry Cavill's feelings being hurt, which is not what I would want to have happen. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, if we could, like... Oh, if like, maybe just intersect... Maybe just intersect the train lines and see if that, like, would work. We fill in those. Yeah. Any idea to make how to make sushi belts that don't back up for space science? Tetrahedron, I'm not sure if I understand the meaning of that question. Entire planet is islands and oil. Only build elevated rails to bridge across. I see. Interesting. Very interesting, Bobby. I don't know why I'm doing a weird Linda Belcher impression, but that's where I find myself. Speaking of finding myself in unexpected places, we are very nearly done with the stream. How's my, how are these guys doing? Oh, we got plenty of sulfuric acid. That's not a problem. Well, Rinjinji, I'm glad that you understood what the question was, because I most certainly didn't. But good on you, I suppose. Good on you, crazy person. Had to make sure. Oh, dang, I'm not even down there. Good lord. It's a completely different spot. Okay. Iron is working really, really well, which is fantastic. How are we on? Oh, look at that. Even our frickin'... dang, even the frickin' steel is doing really shockingly well. Good. Because we've been dealing with steel-related problems for the longest time. How are we doing on this? Okay, plastics production still feels like it's lagging a little bit. However... you know, we've also not made it particularly scalable. I'll be the first one to acknowledge that. Oh, jeez. Nose hairs of mine. Uranium miners can be chained together instead of using pipes just in case. Yes. I was aware of that, or I became aware of that after I set this system up. But yes, I do appreciate the info. But yeah, we seem to be, I mean, we're doing just fine for uranium right now. Eventually we'll probably want for more. Oh, actually. That's unfortunate and painful. Conceivably we could use more. Okay, what? Go ahead and see kind of where we're standing on things here. How is this doing? Crude oil is completely full. That's very good. Petroleum, less so. The petroleum is immediately sucked into here. We've got more frickin' dry... Okay, I need to get back to base here. How are we doing, Mr. Train? You know, you can go back to Rico John. Good gracious. I've got like another 20 minutes left in the stream. My goodness. Incidentally, this stream was meant to be, as is indicated by the stream title, this was supposed to be about frickin' the nuclear power setup, which technically we have gotten that ball rolling, but any advanced oil processing yet? Yes. I've been lax about getting that properly set up, mostly because here's, as I'm sure you've noticed, my factory is a chaotic mess. These folks that set up these beautifully laid out factories confuse and frighten me. I prefer, and like I will complain about this endlessly about how poorly my factory is set up. I love it. For me, it's part of the aesthetic. It's goblin mode factory building, and I'm 100% here for it. That being said, I am very reticent to redesign. I am so much quicker to siphon resources off, bolt systems onto existing ones, rather than like setting up new layouts. Now, that being said, for something like the petroleum production, advanced oil processing is probably the way to go, especially given the fact that we are producing so much crude oil now. So much crude oil. Now, another thing is giving these oil refineries a healthy bowl of Wheaties and making them just run a little bit faster. Also, we don't need all of these tanks. That's a simple fact. I don't think the tanks are causing any harm, but they're not doing us much good either. Also, that gun turret can, in fact, go. Good lord, I've got to blow my nose. Give me a second, folks. Good God. Now, Hringinji, what was I going to say? This is proof positive that my eyesight is officially going at the tender age of 32. Because I had to look very closely to realize that your profile pics is a deer and not a frickin' mogwai from Gremlins. Very good players intentionally playing into the spaghetti cram aesthetic. Well, that's certainly the vibe that I'm going for sure. Don't know how deliberate it is. It's somewhat deliberate, but it also means that I don't need to learn how to make things better. Yeah. Looks like some of the intro screens. That's I'll give you that. Although most of the intro screens are just very creative ways of killing bugs. That being said, what the heck? I was about to say, what the heck is any of this? Okay, now here is. Oh my goodness, we're actually. Oh, right. Okay. I was like, why are we suddenly making so much more plastic? Because we're producing a bunch more crude oil, or a bunch more petroleum. I very nearly said plutonium, which is something very different. But yeah, okay. We're actually doing the thing. Oh, hey. Oh, well, we didn't need to get rid of that, did we? Okay, yeah, let's loop this fella into the overall picture, but this is actually very good. I always look at accumulation as a good sign of solid resource production. So we're actually producing a decent amount of plastics now. And all it took was that little boost. We've got very adequate amounts of petroleum built up, which is good. With this kind of accumulation, we might actually... These are old, and I hate them. We might even be allowed to get, like, a petroleum accumulation, which would be wild at this point. Did not think it would be possible. But it goes to show you the upsides of having... nearly 125,000 units of crude oil. So I almost said liters. There's no way of knowing this is liters. It's just a lot. They're units. It's fine. But this plastics manufacturing is also going to contribute to the manufacturing of whatchamacallits, the thingamabobbers. I almost had it, and then I lost it. It's centrifuges. The word I'm looking for is centrifuge. Bobby, the word you're looking for is centrifuge. You need the centrifuges to refine the uranium. How's this doing? 12. Not even a baker's dozen yet. Tragic. Truly tragic. Yeah, see, there's so much plastics. And I don't want to spend all that time crafting the frickin' thingy things by hand. Ooh, that's the other problem with the factory, is that we, like, on a nightly basis, just, well, not even on a nightly basis, but on a regular basis, let's say, we completely crater out. See, suddenly there's a decent amount of plastic, so that means that all these extra factories are running again. Causes all kinds of problems for me. Let's go ahead and get this clarified for Custer's last stand over here. God, I don't want to think about the amount of extraneous power poles, electrical poles that I have. Power poles. Power poles are very powerful people from Poland. Might as well. It's there to be built upon. Ugh. The amount of time that I will, like, just sound like the little dwarf guy from the old intro audio from Dwarf Fortress. Ooh. Crazy. Did I need to do that? No, but I felt like it. Goblin Core. Like speed modules? Yeah, because I'm impatient. It's the ADHDs. Me suspects. Alright, let's see here. I have productivity cores somewhere, or modules. Couldn't tell you where, though. Definitely not here. They're somewhere. I have a bunch installed somewhere. I can see the productivity modules being useful, though. Efficiency modules, I don't see the appeal. If you need more electrical, just, you know, scale up your power generation. That's relatively straightforward. Okay. Well, we still need the actual freaking red circuits. Good God, y'all. War. What is it good for? We need 100 advanced circuits. There's no way. There is no earthly way am I going to do that. No, 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 no. I will stand here and pick these things up one by one off the frickin' belts. Don't be ridiculous. Efficiency also reduces pollution levels, which can matter for Death World. I have definitely not worried about pollution management, clearly. Okay, now here's the other thing. Well, no. I was about to say having some of the electronic circuits will reduce the amount of time that it takes to make the these bad boys, the advanced circuits, which I guess is technically true. But still. These require plastics. Yeah. It's just... Okay. Real Gerblin core here. Very Gerblin move. We just set this off. It's fine. This is perfectly fine. This is such a bad idea. And actually, it's such an elementally bad idea that here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give some of these guys a chance to get through. This is my grand filter. This is a perfect solution. There's nothing wrong with this. This is actively genius, and I defy anyone to tell me otherwise. Production modules and speed. Beacons to counter the slowdown. Ah, I gotcha. I gotcha. Go ahead and throw those productivity modules. Machine energy consumption. I was like, I know that I was making efficiency modules for something. It was for my power armor. I actually had a couple of bespoke machines, set-aside assemblers that I was just literally just funneling resources into. Here they are. I was literally just throwing modules into them, and... Speaking of which, hello. Hello, beautiful. Now, of course, I need more concrete. That's not even because you need it. It's just for nuclear power, you need that Soviet aesthetic, and nothing's going to get that across like concrete. That's just a fact. Or maybe that's just the fact that I've been watching Chernobyl over the past couple of days. That could also be it. Who's to say? More uses for the efficiency modules in the DLC. Duly noted. Duly noted. Let's see here. Steam turbines, heat exchanger, heat pipes, nuclear reactor. It's going to be a whole thing. A whole beautiful bloody thing with me at the bloody center of it. But not right now. Not right now. You can see this is one of the oldest parts of my factory, and a piece of the factory that I don't really have to worry about, as is evidenced by the fact that I have clearly not upgraded the belt system. Now, in theory, because it's been ticking along just fine up to this point, I don't necessarily have to, but I want to. So I will. And indeed, so I did. Let's see here. Honestly, because I have the resources to do so, might as well. Is this the most efficient way of doing things? No, probably not, but it's okay. It's fine. Let's see here. Wow. All right, let's go ahead. Get back to this is genius. By the way, this is absolutely genius. Without flaw. Now, I know that this game at, like, higher levels is considered to be, like, borderline unplayable without the Alt key. But, man, everything just looks so nice and clean. But it is important, so we'll do it. Alright, let's see here. This is absolute genius. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Sensible thing to do. Throw a splitter on here. Split this off. Put a regular fast inserter there. Fine. But this is silly, so it's better. Let's see here. Stroke of brilliance. No other way to describe it. So it'd be even funnier with a burner incinerator, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. I'm crazy, but I'm not stupid. All right, we do need more steel, though. We need to construct more pylons. Let's see here. Can make 2 of these suckers. Gonna grab more of these ding-dang wheels. We love wheels, folks. Big fan of wheels around here. Hell yes. Big wheel guys. Alright, yes. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Got 13. We're at a baker's dozen of U-235. Compared to, oh, you know. Okay, well, that makes a certain amount of sense. Man, this dude's been going fast as hell, huh? Versus, you know, almost getting close to 2,000, 238. That's fine. And that's also why we have the, you know, why we're getting so many centrifuges. Because we need them. Okay, and finally we're evening this out. Which I don't know. Been such a buildup of one but not the other. Very peculiar. But doesn't much matter. We've got plenty of, well, I say plenty. We've got a decent supply of uranium built up. Well, I say decent. Good lord. Fellas. Let's go a little faster, shall we? Now, is this even necessary? Probably not. Probably need to just get this sorted out. It doesn't matter. Ned Finn, the Great Equalizer. Ooh, my inventory is full. He is the Great Equalizer, no more. Boop, boop. 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 Fine, cool, done. Easy, simple pimple. That was how them lasers have been working. Doesn't look like they've been doing much, which I guess is okay. The best weapon is the one that you never have to use. Our goal is to diplomatically intimidate the bugs you see. I think it's working. Ooh. Ugh. Ugh. Well, the sooner we can get the old nuclear power plant up, the better. A-15, yeah. Is doing what it's supposed to. With very low electricity. That is because it is dark. Presumably, we're still meeting electrical needs at during the day, I would certainly hope. Let's see how dire things are getting here. Filled with, ooh, not much in the way of uranium, huh? It's because the fuel, the energy consumption is so bad. Everything's going more slowly because the electrical demands are so trash right now. Ugh. Multiple reactors next to each other can produce significantly more power than they would individually. Well, that's good to know. Speaking of which, well, we need to start, we already did. Nuclear fuel reprocessing. Depleted uranium fuel cell into uranium-238. Cool. That seems useful. Okay. See, even at full capacity, we need another freaking solar field. Or to expand the existing one. Good golly. Now, in theory, we could just steam engine it up. But is it crazy that I'm wanting to, like, kind of keep things in sort of this dire situation until we get the new nuclear turbines up and running? Because I kind of want to see how much of a difference it makes. It's like in Stellaris when you finally get your Dyson sphere up and running and you're just like, oh my gosh, all of our power problems are solved forever. It's like that. Ugh. Let's see here. Laser shooting speed? Yeesh. But good lord, it is past 9:15 local time, which is crazy. Let's see here. How's this? It's not doing so hot. Very unfortunate. Ooh, you know what occurs to me? I never re-hardwired back into my connection. So it is remarkable that this is the first time that I'm getting an error message from the YouTubes. Kind of remarkable, but whatever. In any event, stream ought to be coming to an end soon anyway, but we do have our work cut rather clearly out for us. We will be back once we have, we will be back and continue working towards our stockpile of enriched uranium. And once we are on with that, we will be able to mass produce the stuff, and it'll be great. It'll be good stuff forever and ever and ever, and all our electricity needs will be well and truly met. But, folks, in the meantime, I truly must be off to bed. But, folks, thank you all very much for watching. I am Ned Finn, and until next time, goodbye forever.